Hello everybody. I want to take some time to show you the features of the Canvas Algebra 2 course. So the first thing is when you log into Canvas and click on your Algebra 2 course in the dashboard, and I'm in student view, that's why I can't see it, but when you click on the dashboard, you should see the Algebra 2 course, and when you click on that, this is the view that you'll see. So a couple things here. First thing is the syllabus. So make sure you read over this carefully at the start of the course. It describes the course, prerequisites, Algebra 1. The textbook is right here, but I'm going to have you guys log in through Clever. Clever is a new program that we're using for the 2018-2019 school year. So I'll send you that link through your email. But things about the cyber course and our rules and regulations for Cyber Academy here in the Penarville Area Cyber Academy Handbook and the acceptable use policy. So chapters that you'll be learning about in this course. This is how you'll be graded. Reminder that your grades will not be posted through this Canvas course. They'll actually be posted through Skyward. So please check Skyward to see your actual grades. Now, with that being said, things like keys may be shared on Canvas, but for your actual grade, please check your Skyward for your current grades. And they should be, usually grades will be entered a week after the completion of the assignments. And that's explained right here with a link to Skyward. You'll usually submit everything through the Canvas course, but again, your actual grades go through Skyward. You will take the midterm and the final exam in person, so you'll be contacted about that, when that will be. If you have any questions, there's my email. Do not email me through the Canvas course. This email is best for contact. And if you have any questions regarding using Canvas itself and any technical issues, our cyber coordinator is Mike Peck. But contact me first, and if I can't help you, then we will reach out to Mr. Peck about that. And there is the syllabus in a different form. So that is the course syllabus. If we go back to home, home will always take you back to the view you just saw. Here's a link to the online textbook. Now, again, we're going to log in through Clever, so this is a different way, but most of you will not get a login, so you'll be logging in through Clever. This is a link to Google Classroom. So certain things will be posted in Google Classroom. Please check that just in case. I would say check it about once a week, or you'll be notified of certain things in the Canvas course that will be in Classroom. So I have a lot of courses here, but here is the page for our class, our cyber course, and actually there's a link to Clever. So the link to Clever was posted in Google Classroom for you to help you access the online textbook. Going back into the Canvas course, modules. This is pretty much where all your work will be. Okay, so I'll click on that. And you'll see everything listed here. Every chapter, a module is a chapter. Every chapter you'll have to do in this course. Now, very shortly I'll post dates that are recommended that you get to in order to complete the course by the end of the year. But you can work at your own pace. But I highly, highly want to stress to make sure you do not work ahead to different chapter tests, because being Algebra 2, a lot of the topics are more advanced, and you're not going to be able to get away with avoiding the lessons. So make sure you're going through the video lessons and completing the homework effectively. I do not want to see anybody do homework after taking a unit test. So make sure you complete all the assignments that say homework or worksheet before taking the review or the chapter test or the review for a quiz. So here's the first chapter, and you'll see the second chapter, and so on and so forth. So again, very shortly I'll post dates that I recommend for you to complete different chapters, but you could work at your own pace as long as you do everything in order presented. And the order presented is also content order, so without the knowledge of previous topics, you're not going to be able to understand future topics. So do not skip around on topics. It's not like a history course or something like that. Make sure you do the topics in order and the sections in order as they appear. You can see here in Chapter 4, around Chapter 4, that time period, you'll be expected to take your midterm review. So let's go back and look at a homework really quick. Some of the early homeworks are through the textbook, but most of the homeworks are worksheets. So if I click on a worksheet, here is the link to view the worksheet. If ever you have trouble viewing a worksheet, please let me know, and I'll make sure I change that access to media. I did my diligence to make sure all the worksheets were shared with you. You should have view only, or you could view the worksheets and print them. A lot of you might want to print the worksheets because it's math, and a lot of people like better to have the worksheet in front of them and to work it out in front of them. You don't have to do that. You could recopy the problems on a separate sheet of paper. Just make sure, again, you show your work. Okay? Now, after you submit the homework, if I go back, shortly after, maybe about around 2 or 3 days, well, let's talk about how to submit the homework first. So here's the button to submit the homework. And you have a couple different options to submit the homework. You could type the answers in and your work, but that often becomes difficult. What you want to do most likely is either scan the files to save them as PDFs if you have a scanner at home, but you could also take a picture of the files. Just make sure if you take a picture of the files that the picture, the whole worksheet is shown in the picture. Or maybe you have trouble doing that, then maybe you take 2 pictures, one for the top half of the page and one for the bottom half of the page, again, to make sure you're showing the problems in all your work. And then you would attach those files. And you have a lot of different options for attaching the files. So here's like my clearances, you can see, and some of my resume things from my desktop here. But you can attach files. So once you take a picture of them, make sure you save it in some form, whether it be to your computer, to Google Drive. Google Drive might be one of the best things as well, because you could also back up by just giving me, able to view it as well. But make sure you attach the file, or again, here's Google Drive, so you could share it with me through Google Drive. But make sure you submit the file properly, and then once you do that, you'll see it down here, and then you can submit the assignment. And here I'll talk about what to do after you submit the assignment. Within a couple days of submitting the assignment, usually about 2 or 3, I'll release the answer key to you, so you can check your answers to see how you did. Certainly, if you submit a worksheet and I could tell you had a lot of trouble, I will reach out to you. Okay, or vice versa. If you're doing a worksheet and you have a lot of trouble with it, reach out to me as soon as you can, because I don't want you to do a worksheet completely wrong just to get it done. Now, when you submit a worksheet, if you have like 4 or 5 wrong, I'm not going to make you redo the entire worksheet. Maybe I'll point out the ones that you had trouble with and ask you to fix those. But you will get credit as long as you try your best and show all your work. You will get credit for that. Okay, so make sure you submit the assignment properly. You can save it as a PDF or a JPEG. A lot of different ways it'll accept it, and you can attach it as a file or to your Google Drive. Now, going back to the first chapter, you will see, just having a little trouble loading here, but you will see there's a review, and this one doesn't have a quiz. Chapter 1 just has a test, but a lot of the chapters will have a quiz about halfway through and a test. So make sure you look at it carefully, and the review, I'll cover that in another video lesson. But the first time you do a review or a test, especially the review, you're probably going to have some difficulty because you have to get used to the type format in the Pearson Realized textbook. But that will be covered in a separate video. So these you'll actually just submit on the Pearson Realized website. So if I click on this to show you what a review looks like, and the test is going to look very similar. I'll ask you to go to the Pearson Realize website. Now, I did have this link in here because when I made the course a year ago, we didn't have Clever. But you will see these assignments by logging in through Clever. So you should see, for example, if I click on My Classes, you will see the assignments. So here is actually the review and the chapter quiz, the mid-chapter quiz. So you will see the assignments pop up as well. So make sure that when it says there's a chapter review for a chapter test or a chapter test, you log in through Clever to get to your online textbook. You don't necessarily, and I would not recommend going through that link that was there. That link was made before we had Clever in the district. So when you see a review for a test or a chapter test, go in through that Clever link that was posted in Google Classroom. But make sure it matches up to the correct assignment, and you will submit it again through the Pearson textbook. So I think that's a pretty good overview of the course. Once you get through your first review assignment, it should be a lot better from there. For the review assignments, I do ask that you get at least a 70%. If you don't get a 70%, I recommend you do it again, and that way you get the full amount of points. Because if you do a review assignment and get a 50%, you don't have the material mastered and you're not ready for the unit test. So I do ask that you get at least a 70%, and if you don't get a 70%, you should redo it. And the point values, it states how many point values you get per assignment based off your grade. So I think that's a pretty good overview of the course. Just scrolling through it so you can see. So there's a review. So I'd go through actually Google Classroom and the Pearson textbook, and then look for the review for quiz 3.1 to 3.5. Same thing here. I'd make sure I go through that Clever link in Google Classroom and look for in the assignments in Pearson Realize 4.1 to 4.5. So again, here's a brief overview of the course. If you have any questions while you're working, do not hesitate to ask me. Reach out through email, and I'll do my best to get back to you within 24 hours. Have a fantastic day.